0 to 60 can define a performance car, but it's the fastest 60 to 0 that's the aim of Tarok's brakes. From road cars to race cars, circuits, special stages, or the autostrada, nothing reduces speed like Tarok's brakes. Italy gave the world the art of Da Vinci and Michelangelo. Tarok's has given drivers the art of stopping. For more information and to acquire your own masterpiece, visit tarox.co.uk. Yes, it's me, Mark Stone, and this is the Backseat Driver Podcast. It's the fastest, it's the friendliest, and it's for all the family. The Gas Shocks 116 Trophy and 120 Coupe Cup are the fastest growing race series in the UK, taking in 6 one-hour races and 8 sprints at all the top circuits. Visit 116trophy.com to find out more and get yourself behind the wheel. From a pot of tea to TT motorbikes. From a classic English breakfast to a full serving of classic cars. Bridge House Tea Rooms is the Northwest premier classic car meeting location for cars, bikes, tractors and owners clubs. So no matter what your automotive appetite might be, visit Bridge House Farm Tea Rooms on their Facebook page or call John and Alicia on 07980 444 221 for show details and to reserve your own table and parking space. Welcome to the Backseat Driver Podcast as we arrive at Epoch Auto 2024 at the Euro Exhibition Centre just outside the city of Lyon in France. The beauty of this place is it is a fantastic exhibition centre. It's very friendly, it's very welcoming, it's very pleasant to spend time in. But Epoch Auto is vast. It truly is vast. This year they are celebrating French Formula 3. Of course, Formula 3 is not French only, it is European wide and was one of the major feeding formulas for Formula 1. Regrettably, it's all changed now, but the delicacy of a Formula 3 car is great. Also, it is a major exhibition of MG. The French are extremely fond of MGs, and there is supposedly a fantastic exhibition of MGs throughout the ages, from very early vintage cars up to some of the final cars, although not the current crop of MGs. The French, like a lot of the English, do not accredit the modern Chinese MG as being a true MG. Hotchkiss are here. A brand you only see occasionally in the UK, but very, very successful cars, very successful rally cars with Hotchkiss, especially their large saloons. Elsewhere, the French truck manufacturer Berliet. There's a big exhibition of Berliet. Trucks are starting to become very, very popular classic vehicles in France. And when you see the Berliet with their front engined, they don't use what they call cab over, or very few cab over, which is where the engine is in the cab with the driver. They were out front, very much like a traditional car, but very, very stylish with Berliet. So there's all sorts going on at Epoch Auto 2024. So, without further ado, let's go and take a stroll round. Here at Epoch Auto with Christian Lissot from the French, the MG Club de France, the French MG Club.
Exactly.
Christian, welcome to the Backseat Driver.
Yeah, hello.
What is the popularity for MG in France? Because, I mean, it is a uniquely English or British car or make.
Oh, I could say that the English makes are quite famous in France. MG is a great make in France because we've got in our club 1,500 members, so which is quite a big club now. We are the 5th club in the number of members in France. So yeah, the MG make is very popular.
And by the looks of your display, which is vast, I mean, we're celebrating, is it 100 years of MG in France?
Yeah, it started last year. So we did a main event in June last year in Épernay, near Reims. And then this year we had several shows, classic car shows, in Retromobile in February. And we finished with Epoch Auto at Lyon now.
How many MGs are there in France? Do you know?
It's very, very difficult to say. In our club, 1,500 members and around, I would say, 1,800 cars in the club. But in France, it's much more. I could say much more, but I can't give you a number.
And by the looks of it, it's a very active club. You do a lot of things with them.
Yeah, for sure. We do about 150 events in a year. So rallies of 1 day, 2 days, sometimes even more. We've got dinners. We are also present at different shows or events in France, like Le Mans Classic, for example. We are very active on these events.
And do you ever come over to England?
Yeah, I do, because my wife is English. So I am in contact with the MG Car Club for sure. We do come sometimes. I've been to Silverstone, for example, last year, because it was the 100th year of MG and Triumph. And I have very good contacts with England.
Now, looking at the display, you have a cross-section of ages of cars. So it's not just the modern MGs, or in England it's MGBs, MGCs, midgets, but you appear to have a big cross-section of models of MG.
Yeah, now it's quite difficult to find the very old MGs, but we managed with this show to bring MGs from 1930, which is the oldest. We've got 1880 car, MG 1880. We've got Type M from 1930, and then all the cars after these years, all the Triple M cars between 1930 and 1939.
And I have to ask you, which MGs do you own?
Oh, I own several MGs, so I'm quite lucky. I've got an MG TC, TF, I've got an MGA, MGB, MGC, so I'm quite mad about MGs.
Do you have a favourite?
Oh no, I wouldn't say that, because they're all so much difference between the generation of MGs. So no, every MG has his own interest to me.
Christian Lissot, thank you very much for joining me on the Backseat Driver.
Yeah, thank you to you. Thank you to come here, and you're welcome to see our show.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Bye.
There's always something new at Epoch Auto, especially this year, 2024. I'm here with Christian Milla with his new concept, Car and Breakfast. Christian, welcome to the Backseat Driver.
Well, thank you. How are we doing?
We're very well. It's, as always, a phenomenal show, extremely busy, and far more to look at than time permits. But what exactly is Car and Breakfast?
That's a new approach integrating the classic car touring, motoring, and a historical place, a guest house, where the people can stay and from that place discover our environment, our landscapes, our heritage in the Bourbonnais. The Bourbonnais is a very central place, so people can come from Paris, Lyon, from Belgium, UK,
or even England.
Absolutely. So, and we are fond of British cars, so that we also supply some cars, a Mini, a Triumph, to our guests if they don't have classic cars, so that they can discover also the classic car experience from our castle.
Right. So, I mean, just tell us a little bit about the castle.
So the castle is a typical knight house from the 15th century. That was a museum in the past, and we have renovated, restored it as a guest house where we can accommodate our guests and provide them an experience of the history of the castle, an experience of how well we are having good food in our region, and also from that point we can have nice tours to go beyond the castle.
Yeah.
So that's the idea that we
So you will provide them with a road book of suggested tours round.
So our concept is to supply a road book where the people will discover their road, their trip. This is like a game. They have to navigate on small roads and find castles, find a place where they are expected. So they will be expected by the owners of, for example, a castle, and for a visit, a private visit. But they have to find it. They don't know.
So it's a little bit like a treasure hunt in a way, where you have to go out, you get your clues, etc., and you've got to go and find it.
Yeah, exactly. There's a treasury around. Absolutely. So that's the spirit.
Yeah. So when does it actually start, this? Because you said it's a new concept.
Well, we are running. We really opened it this year. We did the proof of concept at the end of last year, and we really run it for clients during that season from April this year, and we are operating as a guest house, but also as a car and breakfast house where we supply both
accommodation, bed and breakfast, and a nice car if you want.
And a car, absolutely, and cars. Yeah.
I hope all goes well for you.
Yeah, well, this is very encouraging. And we, for example, in Epoch Auto, we got a lot. Yesterday, we got a lot of intents, so that of people who are interested, and we also develop a new project around that to propose a rally in our region where people with a fixed date, where the people could book and discover our region through this rally. The difference with our concept is that with car and breakfast, you choose your date.
Right.
If you want tomorrow to come, stay at the castle, do a tour, you book and you do it. If you come
it's
with,
not like doing a rally or a classic car tour where it is the 4th of July while the 10th of July. It's when you want it to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's very flexible.
Yeah.
The idea is to have flexibility and to provide quality, and also to have the people discovering a region which is very much unknown.
Yeah. I'm going to say there are parts of France, it's where, like my friend Marie-Catherine Linney comes as her house, Cruise. That is a region of France that I've only recently discovered because of Marie-Catherine, and it's a fantastic place, but it is not known to the tourists, and from the sounds of it, yours isn't known to the tourists.
Yeah, for example, yes, we are in France. We call that there are different districts that we call the line of emptiness.
Yeah.
Those places are really preserved with beautiful landscapes, a lot of heritage.
Yeah.
So, for example, in the Allier, we have 540 castles.
Right.
We are the second place in France for the heritage buildings, for castles. So, and people don't know really that. They cross the district to go from Paris, for example, to the south of France, but they don't stay. And that concept is also developed to have the people staying a little bit with us and discovering what we have to show and propose. So
I've always said over the years I've spent a lot of time in France racing and rallying. France has more circuits than you could ever believe. It's now becoming transparent. France has more castles than anybody ever realised.
Well, maybe less than Scotland and UK. I don't know. We have to challenge that, in my opinion.
Christian Milla, thank you very much for joining me on the Backseat Driver, and I hope everything goes well with car and breakfast. And if you want any information, it's info@fontariol.com. And the website, all the W's, chateau-d-font, go on, pronounce that.
Fontariol.com.
Once again, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you.
Thanks. Epoch Auto 2024 with Emmanuel Pozet on what he calls Elf House, the big elf display. Emmanuel, welcome back to the Backseat Driver.
Thank you, Mark.
Over the years, Elf has always supported, many years ago, all the young talent, and we only need to look on the wall behind us.
Yes, this is exactly the theme of this year, Elf. With François Guiter at the beginning of the 70s, decided to support the young talents, to help them to go in Formula One, and probably the title of a Formula One driver, the world champion.
And yesterday evening, you were joined on the stand celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Winfield Racing School with Michael Knight. I mean, Elf was always involved with the Winfield School.
Yes, actually, there is a contract between Elf and Winfield, but not like the same in the 70s.
Yeah.
We were really happy to have Mike Knight, and we regret to don't have Richard. But it was really a pleasure to see them. Every pilot, French, know the name of Knight.
And if you think about it, Elf and the Winfield School and Michael Knight brought to the world of motor racing some incredible names.
Yes, absolutely. Without Winfield and Elf, probably Prost, Pironi, Tambay, Sever. They are pilots because Winfield and because Elf, surely.
And the other interesting thing is, whenever you look at any historic motorsport, wherever you look, the Elf logo, the Elf brand is always to be seen.
Yes, absolutely. And there is a lot of people asking historic logos in Epoch Auto.
Yeah. So Elf will continue to be involved, and this is what you do here. You maintain Elf's famous history.
Yes, we are here to celebrate this famous history and to remember for all the public the history of Elf. Yeah. And everything in the story of Elf have to be known.
Last year it was Francois Sever. This year it is Formula 3, including one of your own cars. What comes next for Elf? What are you next celebrating?
You'll have to come if you want to know. Now, this year there was a lot of celebration of Ayrton Senna.
Yeah.
Because this is a very sad birthday, and we decided next year to celebrate a very happy birthday of Ayrton Senna with his first victory in Estoril 1985. Right. So next year I give you a date here because it will be absolutely extraordinary.
Emmanuel Pozet, it's always a pleasure chatting to you, and Elf's hospitality knows no equal. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you to dear Mark.
Here at Epoch Auto with Francois de Chanterac. I hope I've got that right.
That's right, very, very good.
And you are a fellow entrant in the Tour Auto, are you not?
Please?
You drive in the Tour Auto,
Yes.
as I used to do.
It was a dream several years ago. I tried to find an old car, and I thought that I have to choose a car eligible for the Tour Auto, but I said no, I didn't never this competition, it's only a dream, and the dream became reality, you know. And I drive with a Austin Elise 100, a very nice car, yes.
It is a long event, but it is an interesting event to drive.
Yes, it's a little adventure. In fact, the adventures consist to arrive at the end of the event, you know, and I'm very lucky because I could succeed to go on and to finish the 5 edition. I arrived, and it's a long event, quite tired. You start very early in the morning. You are always outside in roadster, and there is also the aspect, the point of view, the competitions on specials or on rings and so on. Yes, but it's very funny.
And you are doing your last one next year with your daughter,
well, perhaps,
or you think?
Perhaps my last, because I did 5 editions, and it's perhaps not also so exciting that it's the beginning for me, but the challenge is to do it with my last girl as co-pilot, and after I shall perhaps drive for 6 hours race or 24 hours races with an Austin Healey 3000.
Why the Austin Healey's?
Well, the Austin Healey is a very charming car, you know.
They are big and heavy, though.
Please?
They are big cars, they are heavy cars.
The 100 not too big, and it's a very nice car, very easy to drive because I'm not a great pilot, you know. I'm a young pilot, in fact, and it's a very beautiful car. It's the ideal combination between car collection and competition, you know, I think.
Do you collect anything else? Have you any other cars?
Well, we have me and my wife have a Morgan. We have an old Porsche 911 2.4S. We have also we just bought this year a pre-war car of 1934, an MG PA.
Yeah.
And perhaps it's also an idea in the future to drive pre-war cars more and more. It's another world, the pre-war. Yes, it's crazy. It's quite complicated because when you can pass speed without you are very happy. It happens one time a day only, and it's really an adventure to do 20 or 40 kilometers with a pre-war car, you know. But it's very nice, and the people driving pre-war car are very cool, very kind. It's a good atmosphere. It's really another world.
Francois Chanterac, it's been a pleasure chatting to you. Thank you very much, and all the best on next year's Tour Auto.
Yes, thank you very much. Bye.
I'd like to welcome back to the Backseat Driver Gérard Gamont, the man behind the famous Auto Diva magazine, and the magazine I've always said it is a great shame there is no English equivalent or English translation of. Here at Epoch Auto 2025 with his fantastic display of 11 Formula 3 cars. Gérard, welcome back to the Backseat Driver.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to see you.
You created the very first championship for historic Formula 3 cars.
Yes, I created in 1988, and it was a real success. It was in French, just in French, and we used to have about 20 or 25 cars during many years on the grid. And it was a terrific spectacle because the noise of the screamer is so beautiful, and all the spectators remember very well this period.
Formula 3 has always been very important in France, and it has generated some fantastic drivers. It seems to be more important in France than any other country in Europe. Am I right in thinking that?
Yes, because Matra and Alpine Matra began with the Formula 3, with Jean-Pierre Beltoise, with Henri Pescarolo, with Jean-Pierre Jossot. It was a great period for the French, but in England, Formula 3 1 liter was spectacular and very interesting. But yes, really, in France, it was the second country for the success for the Formula 3 1 liter, because a lot of people drive cars like Brabham, Chevron, Techno. It was a period who marked the raw beginning of the French sports race.
And though we have a selection of cars, which was always considered to be the best one, or was there which was the make or the model that everybody aspired to drive?
It's difficult. During the first period of the Formula 3 1 liter, it was Brabham and every good, but first Cooper with a T72 with Jackie Stewart with the BMC engine. But after it was Brabham. During a long time, Brabham was the car to have, and after a lot of people like Chevron, so on, and when Techno, the Italian Techno come, they are in front because car was very special. It is like a big kart. It's difficult to drive for a lot of drivers are difficult to drive because it's very nervous. Or Brabham or Chevron are more easy, more comfortable, and you can drive smoothly because there are no BHP on this engine, and so you have to be very clean on the line. If you derape, but I don't know
if you go sideways.
If you go sideways, you lot of time. But after with the Techno, it was possible.
Roughly, what was the brake horsepower of these cars? Because they were only 1,000.
Now it's about 1 to 120. Because between 120 and 130. It with a RPM about between 8 and 10. Under 8 you have nothing, and the engine do blah, 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 and after 10 you broke the engine. No, not really, but it's possible to take 11 with this engine. They teach the culbuteur. It's incredible. And with the vertical admission, it was a big progress because the engine was full of petrol in the good time, and it's wonderful to drive. Wonderful to drive because it's the best school I have known because we have no aerodynamic. We have a little engine and little tires, and you have to be very good in the smoothly. You have to be very good to go fast.
So unlike today, it's the driver, not the car. Now it is the car, not the driver.
Yes, but it's so different. We can't compare. It's like Moyen Age and the electronic period. There's two periods totally different. Now you have a young man of 16 or 17. We do a simulator during 10 days, 20 days, and he go in the car and go fast.
Yeah.
It was impossible with this car, with the old car, impossible.
The other thing was, these cars are from the era when you had to learn how to be a racing driver. You learnt your craft, unlike today, really.
Yeah, and don't forget one thing. We did in this period. Every year it was 4, 5, 6, 7 driver who did. Now it's finished.
Yeah.
Say you put a young man 17 in the car and go fast because it's so secure.
Yeah.
In this car, in the Formula 3 or Formula 2, Formula 1, it was terrible. Yeah, no securities.
Yeah.
Absolutely no securities. It is like a match, you know, the box of I don't know.
You strike the match.
Yeah. And if you go away of the road, you can be sure that it's terminated. It's finished.
But it was a very interesting period of racing back in the day, and back with the historics.
Yeah, really. And I'm very surprised, but now this category, the Formula 3 1 liter, have a great success in historic meeting. And next year, this championship go to Spa, and they have 28 driver who say, okay, yes for Spa. It's incredible.
I was going to say Spa has been made safer, but it is still an incredible circuit. You don't get it wrong at Spa, do you?
Yeah. Spa is just a little difficult because a long straight, and this engine are a small engine. This is the only thing. But I think when we are in the big track, an European big track, it's so wonderful. You can drive in Milla, in Brandsatch, in Silverstone, in Spa, and in Nürburgring, and this is a great fun, really.
But you've done a phenomenal job of bringing all these cars together for this show. How have the public received them? How interested have the crowds been?
I'm very surprised. Yesterday, all during the day, people say, incredible. We are so glad to see this car. We are so happy to see this car. It was during all the day yesterday. I think today would be the same thing. Yeah. They are very, very happy for the show. Very.
And alongside Emmanuel Pozet with Elf, you have another car going out there, a newer Formula 3 car.
Yeah. He's a very good friend, and he do a very good job with Elf. And he is in the battle for do the show like that. Yeah. Every time. He's a good guy.
So you will still get to see one of your cars racing even after all these years. One of the great Gérard Gamon cars will be on the circuits again.
Yeah, of course. I am too young to finish. No. Next year I drive my March 742 with a BMW engine. Yeah. A very, very nice car. Coming from Minardi team. Yeah. It is the first car for Minardi team in international in 1974. Yeah. Wonderful car. So
nothing keeps Gérard Gamon away from the track?
No. I say to my wife, I stop when at 70, and now I say I stop in 80. Yeah.
Gérard Gamon, it's been a pleasure once again chatting with you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much to you.
I'm here at Epoch Auto with Jean-Marc Lafont, president of the Circuit des Ramparts d'Angle. It's better known to the English as Race of the Ramparts or Ramparts Anglemen. Jean-Marc, welcome to the Backseat Driver.
Yes, happy to meet you.
This event of yours is as big with the English as it is with the French. How long has it been running?
The Circuit de Rampart is running before the 1939. Yes, and we have at the 54th edition on 2025.
And it attracts racers and cars from all over the world, especially, doesn't it?
Yes, this is only a vintage car in the city, and we make a track on the city to put a vintage car.
Is it the same track every time?
Yes, this is the same track and the same building near, and all is you take a picture of 1939 and 2024. This is the same pictures.
Using vintage races, I conclude a lot of the cars that race there will have raced there in period. When they were young cars, they will have raced there.
The cars is before 1976. Yes, but and we have a lot of grade with pre-war cars, and but every year we try to change the grade, and we have, for example, this year we have Edwardian's grade. And now we change for the next year.
And how many cars attend each year?
In the track we have approximately 150 cars, but we organize two on the Saturday a rally in the city in the country. And we make a track, different track, selection for the years of the car. We make a rally for Edwardians. We make a rally for car before 1960, and we make a rally for contemporary car.
Right. And it is the same each year.
The same, yeah. I don't understand.
It is the same. You use this type of format every year.
Yes. Yeah. I know we have a lot of English people come for rally or for the race.
Yeah. Jean-Marc Lafont, thank you very much for joining me on the Backseat Driver.
Yes, and we are welcome in Angoulême.
Thank you very much indeed. Here as a guest of Renault at Epoch Auto, celebrating Formula 3 and 60 years of the Winfield Racing School, operated by, amongst others, the one, the only, Michael Knight. Michael, welcome back to the Backseat Driver.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed.
I mean, what does all this mean? Did it come as a surprise that you are celebrating 60 years?
Well, I mean, not many of us are kicking around at this age, so yeah, it was a bit remarkable. But it's lovely to see people having such good memories of those days, which were pretty special. And I have to say, Fred Garcia, who's now in control of the Winfield brand, as it were, is doing an extraordinary job with it, and we wish him every success.
I mean, here on the L stand, you look round, and the Winfield School was a who's who of drivers, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. You know, the thing was, it was just one of those things that, as I've often said to people, the French got the best out of the English and the English got the best out of the French. I mean, what happened here in France, we couldn't have done in England, because there just would not have been the kind of financial support that the French were prepared to put into something like this. You know, they were keen to see, and it has to be said, the French boys themselves, or French drivers themselves, you know, actually expected to be supported if they if they demonstrated they had real talent. And so, the mindset was quite different to what we're used to.
I think that's still the same in England as well at times. But over the years, you enjoyed support of Elf, did you not?
Oh yeah, very, very much so. Yeah. I mean, and Francois Guiter was an absolute genius, of course, and rather cleverer than we were. I often remember thinking to myself, now, if Frank Williams was where we were, or Ron Dennis was doing what we were doing, I'm not quite sure they would have developed in quite the same way. But Elf basically, they drowned us, but at the same time, they did an amazing job. So as it happened, everybody was pretty happy about it.
One question I have been asked, where did the name Winfield come from? Because you operated in France and it's not overly French.
No, it isn't. And the funny thing was that people said, what a clever name in French. It must mean gagnant. It must be the winning field in French. And in fact, it wasn't. It was my grandmother's maiden name that my father always used in any commercial endeavour that he got involved with. And so that's how it came up.
And the other thing is, looking around here and on Autodiva's stand, the quantity and quality of Formula 3 cars was tremendous back then.
Yeah, yes, it was. It was a very, very clear progression there. Formula 3, you did well in Formula 3, you went to Formula 2. You went to Formula 2, you went to Formula 1. That's how it was. Yeah. So basically, rather like the school, particularly in those early French days, when we got a reputation where, if you came and you did well, you were likely to go somewhere. The same applied that if you did well in Formula 3, you automatically went up the ladder, and if you did well in Formula 2, you automatically went up the ladder. So it was a very clear, simple structure then.
Regrettably, it doesn't seem to operate today. They seem to go from virtual karting straight to an F1.
Well, yeah, no, it's a very different world now to what it was then. It was, there was a structure.
There was also learning your craft.
Yes, there's that. Technologies, the idea, I remember thinking, the idea that a driver could be competitive in Formula 1, it would take 3 years before they could be potentially world champions. That's no longer the case, and hasn't been for a while.
Michael Knight, it's always a pleasure chatting, and congratulations on your 60th anniversary of the Winfield Race School and some of the fantastic names you brought to the world of motorsport.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed. Lovely to talk to you.
Well, that's it for Epoch Auto 2024. It's been an incredible exhibition. The visitors arrive by their thousands. There is a positive tidal wave of people coming in from the moment it opens until what appears to be late in the evening when it closes. There is no end to the visitors. Fantastic hospitality of Elf, great exhibition, once again involved with Formula 3. Next year, I am told by Emmanuel, it is their tribute to Senna and his first victory. Elf always come up with something to celebrate in historic motorsport. Elf were omnipresent in historic motorsport, and they still are to a degree. Gérard Gamon, editor, proprietor, racing driver from Autodiva, fantastic selection of Formula 3 cars. As I said, when Formula 3 was a feeder series to Formula 2 and then of course Formula 1, it's all changed these days and at times not for the better. The Hotchkiss display was fantastic, as were the MGs and their Berliet, but I must extend my thanks once again to Marie-Catherine Linney, the French diva and one of France's top motorsport and car photographers, who has ensured that I was put in front of the correct people to get some fantastic interviews of clubs, organisers and event organisers and people who put on rallies and such like throughout the year. So from It's Me, Mark Stone, it's goodbye or au revoir even from Epoch Auto 2024. I just hope that I shall be here in 2025 once again with Marie-Catherine Linney, the French diva herself. So as we always say in England, be good, take care today, as the best French dealers always say, ciao ciao. And I think to sum up, au revoir. Rarely beaten on price, never beaten on service. Whether it's cars, bikes or commercials, Hodder Tyres are the best in the business. And when it comes to tyre expertise and advice to supplying the correct tyres for your vehicle's specific requirements, nobody comes close to David Lakin and the Hodder Tyres team. So give them a call on 01200 613 192 or visit the website at hoddertyres.co.uk.